All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Couple quick things. So one of my major to-dos is to finally read A Complete Guide to Volume and Price Analysis by Anna Kohling. If you're on Instagram, there it is. This has come highly recommended, and I'm always looking to sharpen that sword. I think in trading, you're never done. I make a lot of comparison to like athletics. I do a lot of sports athletics analogies. I think trading is very similar to that. I mean, the instant, I talked about Steph Curry a lot yesterday. The instant he quits trying to get better, Steph Curry starts getting worse. The instant he quits working as hard as he works, he starts getting worse. And I think trading is much like that. You're never done. You can never be satisfied. You can never be complacent. So that being said, again, it's A Complete Guide to Volume and Price Analysis by Anna Kohling. Again, I'll hold it up for Instagram too. I'm going to start this today. Highly recommended. What was the other point I was going to make? I had something else to talk about. Anyway, let's get to work. AIKI. This is definitely a potential dip and rip. Geez, Chris is at 9. Chris is gapping up, CRIS. Old school members of the pre-market prep will remember Chris. Anyway, back to AIKI. This is definitely a potential dip and rip. Now, something I do want to talk about is if you don't, let's say AIKI doesn't work. Let's say it fades, never spikes. Big thing I want you to do, though, is keep an eye on this space. I've talked about this for a couple months now. I think psychedelics, mushrooms, psilocybin, this is going to be a theme for 2021. So, number one, AIKI, for sure, a dip and rip. A little bit higher float, but great volume this morning. 17 million shares traded already. For sure, a dip and rip. But if this does not work out today, I still want you watching this sector. I think you're going to see. Now, I don't know when. I don't know if this month, spring, summer, fall. I mean, I don't know when. But I think at some point we're going to have a psychedelic, a mushroom related hot sector. So that being said, as of right now, definitely a top watch. So let me get my rolled over to Wednesday here. AIKI. Good morning, Tim. Look at TAT. News of a contract doesn't appear to be a hot sector, though. Low float, getting closer to float rotation. So Cameron asks about TAT. Spiked last night. Contract with Honeywell. I'm very bullish Honeywell. Honeywell has been one of those stocks I've talked about. What I really like about Honeywell is they're one of those old companies that's doing all the right stuff. So 10-year agreement. Wow. So you got a small cap stock with a 10-year agreement with Honeywell. That's for sure bullish. How is Honeywell looking? Beautiful. So I think I first started talking about Honeywell a year ago when they released that. I think it's called Foundry. Oh, this is old news though. From September. So I see. Oh, that's the beauty of Evernote. Look at that. 9/25/2020 TAT 10-year deal with Honeywell. So old news. So Cameron, it looks like just a rehash of the news. Hey, that might be today's lesson, man. Write stuff down. I don't care. Use Reddit. Don't use Reddit. Right here is a link to. Anyway, use Evernote. Use a paper notebook. There's so much to remember. You gotta write stuff down, man. You gotta build a database. Build your own personal database. So, anyway, love Honeywell. TAT. I'm not in love with it because it looks like just rehash of old news. So, now, keep in mind, Cameron, the market we're dealing with. Okay? It's 2021. Okay? So 99% of market participants, they don't even read the article. Okay? And I know a lot of old men, guys. It's funny, especially like on Twitter, there's all these old guys that are younger than me. Okay? I mean, hey, listen, I'll admit I'm old. But there's like these guys that are old, ornery, jaded bastards that hate on all of the uninformed traders. I welcome them. Come on in. Come on in, my friends. I welcome you. Because, I mean, the dip and rip setup is made for people that don't read the headline or that don't read the article. The dip and rip is made for people that only read the headline. The standard idiot on Twitter or idiot on Facebook that only reads the headline. So, that being said, I'm not in love with TAT, but if it breaks 8, giddy up, son. Giddy up. So, because Robin Hooders don't know it's a rehash of old news. So, down. So I'm getting ticker spammed with Mara. I'm not so remember, and I hate to go on this every day, but somebody's ticker spamming me with Mara. I'm not going to answer on Mara. So that the best way to not get your question answered is to type the same ticker 50 times. So to the guy that wants a answer on Mara, nope, won't do it. Enjoy. IDEX. Good luck with Mara. I will not answer. VWAP hold high day break into the afternoon on IDEX. And a lot of you asking about ISR. So this was last night's big runner, currently below VWAP. Let's do the whiteboard on ISR. So ISR whiteboard. So good news last night. Great volume last night. Good volume this morning. 40 million shares traded. 86 million float. So we're probably, it's still early, we're probably going to trade the float in pre-market. So we've got, I would call, to me, I tend to fixate on whole dollar, half dollars of 2. So 8:40 a.m., $2 HOD. And again, I know the high day is actually 223, but that was a low volume spike, and it was at 5 a.m. So I consider the high day to be 2. So we're going to look for that same type action. We talk about every day. So it's doing exactly what we want right now. It's hugging VWAP. So those VWAP scans I run are looking for stocks that are above or below VWAP by 2% or less. That's that VWAP hold VWAP hold scan I run every afternoon. Number 1 scan into the afternoon. It's my number 1 scan. If you're a part-time trader, it's exactly what you're looking for. So then ideally, this is probably going to be a chat buy. You're probably going to see the big chat room jump in this at 9 a.m. Probably. I don't know that, but probably. So it's probably going to get stuffed at the open because the chat sheep are going to jump in. So then we're looking for that chat room panic at the open. Scare them out. Lure in the short sellers. Because when it yanks in the open, that's going to lure in the shorts. And then, then we're going to look for that break of 2 with risk on VWAP. So, let me get a different color here. 2 HOD, risk on VWAP. There you go. There's a plan on ISR. Now, as always, it's really early. It's early because, and the high might not be 2. The high might be 225. The high might be 250. But this is what we're looking at. All I can do is give you a plan based on what's in front of me right now. And my hope is it does exactly this. This ISR, as of right now, probably my main watch. Backup is probably AIKI. But I hope it just continues to trend like this. Dips at the open, re-breaks out, and we get a party. So, all right, everyone. Criz is interesting. Again, I've talked about that one nonstop. Weed stocks are up. We got a bunch of weed stocks running. We got AIKI. I will leave you with this. And I make this point a lot. You got to pick your favorite. He who chases many rabbits catches none. As of right now, I would probably call ISR my favorite. Doesn't need to be your favorite. Okay? There's so much out there. And be willing to, if you choose wrong, it's not like Indiana Jones. Okay? If you choose wrong, he chose poorly. Unlike Indiana Jones, you don't turn into, you don't die if you choose wrong. You just wait 5 minutes and there's another stock. So, all right. See you guys over at noon on my personal Instagram or in the Steady Trade team.
He chose Bohen.
Anyway, have a great day. We'll see you next time.